And if I have to listen to one more gray-faced man with a $2 haircut explain to me what rape is, I'm going to lose my mind. I watch these guys, and I'm like, what is happening? Am I a secretary?
Tina Fey speaking in New York last night, taking on Republicans Todd Akin and Richard Murdoch over their rape comments. Let's bring back my all-star panel, Marjorie Clifton, Chrystia Freeland and Kellyanne Conway. So we left it all on a bit of a knife edge there, well, quite literally, actually, I thought. It's interesting what she says there. I mean, there is an argument that men should just keep out of this, generally. One of the problems is you've got all four of the key players in this election. They're all male. Where is the big female voice in this? Are there enough? I mean, Kellyanne, let me ask you first.
I'm glad you mentioned men, because we never talk about the real gender gap that's going on, which is Barack Obama is underperforming severely among men, particularly in some of these swing states. And frankly, Piers, if abortion were the galvanizing issue to the persuadable women in these swing states, he'd be running away with this election. And the fact is, the more the president and his supporters talk about abortion, the more the gender gap seems to be narrowing, according to all the recent polls.
But is the real issue, Chris, let me ask you, I mean, it seemed to me the game changer for Romney was that having been billed as this ruthless, hard, robotic, unfeeling character by repeated attack ads, we saw the first debate, and millions of American women went, well, hang on, he doesn't seem so bad. He seems quite nice.
Yes, no, exactly. And it wasn't just the attack ads. It was also the choice of his running mate. He chose a very ideological running mate. And it was also the positions he took in the Republican primary. And the view always was, as some of Romney's senior campaign people said, that after the primary he would have to pivot into a more moderate position. It took him longer to do that than I think he had hoped. But with the first debate, he did that. And I think the reason why, you know, if the Romney campaign is watching your show tonight, Piers, they're saying, get that British guy to stop talking about rape and abortion. We don't want to talk about it. We like moderate mitt. We don't want to talk about these issues. We want women to be focusing on the gas.
Marjorie, so that is true, isn't it? I mean, they would be watching and thinking exactly that, because to them, they went through all this in the Republican nominee race, where Mitt Romney had to suddenly go all right-wing to win that nomination. Now he's won to win the general election. Suddenly we see nice, cuddly, moderate Mitt again. Are you falling for it?
Well, it is a problem on the flip-flopping, and the Obama campaign is taking every advantage to highlight this flip-flopping. And, you know, this is coming down to a trust competition.
Well, Kellyanne, you can laugh, but he is one of the world's great flip-floppers.
What do they do? I mean, Obama's not a flip-flopper. He changed his mind on marriage. He never closed Guantanamo Bay. It took him forever to get out of Afghanistan. He was going to do it the next day after he was elected.
Here's the deal. We walked out of for example, the foreign policy debate, and you had two candidates who looked very similar. I mean, Jon Stewart did a fabulous job of contrasting them, said, look, their policies are the same, just choose which color you want. And you look at the two candidates, I mean, there were a lot of similarities. So here you have these critical swing states, and it's all going to come down really to the ground game in both places, and it's a question of really likability. Who do we trust more? Because right now what you see in the polls is on the economy, that American people are seeing both candidates as almost equally trustworthy in terms of who can move the economy. And so it comes down to, in the end, what do those key swing states think? And on the women's issues, I will say, they're not women's issues, they're men and family issues as well, because reproductive justice and opportunities for access to health care, access to birth control, just as much affects men as it does women.
Reproductive justice,
they don't affect men the same way. Men can't get pregnant. This is a fundamental difference. I mean, come on. It is actually
When is the last time?
And if a man were to get raped, pregnancy is not a possible consequence.
Ladies, hold on.
Let's be careful about saying everything.
There were 3 against 1 tonight, so let's have at it. Piers,
yes.
When is the last time you ever on your show or ever heard? We love you. Ever heard? But seriously, let's have a truce here that we're not going to talk about women's issues. When is the last time you ever heard anybody talk about men's issues? All issues are considered men's issues. Hold on. I want all issues to be women's issues.
Perfect person coming up after the break. John Sununu, one thing's for sure, he will not be talking about cuddly women's issues. I can tell you that. But what we have got, we've got Ann Coulter tomorrow night. So if you ladies want to come back and share a bit of red meat with her, I'd be delighted.
All issues are women's issues.
Ladies, thank you all very much. And coming next, like I say, Governor and current advisor to